really, what do you do with Klay Thompson?
No, well, I told you what I'm doing.
I don't know.
I know.
Well,
Just scratch
you're
that.
You're giving him the max.
No
now.
doubt about it. Steiny, he had that shot Friday night. It looked good. But
it didn't look good. It looked like a miss from the minute it left.
Are you being honest?
Yes.
I thought it was. As soon as he let it go, I said that ball's going in.
It was offline.
It
was offline. And you hate what I said. You hated what I said.
You said a few things this morning.
When you said, Steiny, a big shot, I thought it. And I'm like, they just don't. They don't make as many big shots as they used to anymore, the Warriors, those kind.
Start next Wednesday, we'll find out, because that's when the play-in game is upon us. And then, they're going to be a part of that we know. So, I mean, they could change that narrative and prove you wrong.
Well, do you really think they will?
It all depends on who they play. I like their chances against New Orleans, Sacramento. Who cares about me and them?
Come on. New Orleans is 3 games ahead of them.
Oh, well, they're 8th right now. New Orleans is 7th right now. If they slip up in the last 4.
But they're only, they win 1 game and it's over pretty much.
Yeah. 415 asking me from the Xfinity Mobile text line, Steiny, how can you afford to give Klay the max, Guru? I said, I wonder if 25 will be suffice.
I don't think so. I don't think so. The problem with Klay is that, he goes through periods where he's so-so.
Yesterday, he just came out like,
but he always has, he's got 15 games a year where you don't win a game without him yesterday. So they got to figure that one out with Klay Thompson in the offseason.
But in a league of shooting, I keep going to this, but it makes all the sense in the world. Can you really afford not to have him a part of your team and just, all right, who are your best shooters? Well, Steph Curry, and then I'll wait. Wiggins on a good week from deep, but Klay Thompson has value. It's just we'll play some sound. He joined Draymond Green on his podcast. But, Steiny, I think Klay wants to stay and remain here.
I have no idea. I have no idea
how far will that go in negotiations and trying to bring down the house?
Like when you say, I have no doubt Klay wants to be here, what about the report from The Athletic early in the season that his relationship with Lacob has been strained since Bob Myers left? And that maybe that led to why they couldn't come to an agreement before this season started. Because reportedly Klay turned down $48 million over 2.
Gotcha.
So now what do you got to pay Klay Thompson?
Now, let me ask you
I don't think there's any way you're getting him for under 24.
He's going to get what Draymond got at minimum. And that's why I think he could get 30.
Who's more valuable to the Warriors? Or are they essentially of equal value? I mean that. I'm talking about Draymond. If Draymond Green right now, I'll just kind of throw this to Warrior fans. It's not an either or. It's a Draymond Green's essentially 25, 25, and then player option. Can you get Klay for 3 for 75 with that last year being a player option?
Wow.
So I would hope. They basically have the same contract starting next year for the next 3 years. They're both going to make 25. They're both going to make 25 again. Mm-hmm. And then they're both going to have a decision on a player option at 25 for 3 years from now. Does that get it done if you're Klay Thompson? I wonder. I do. I wonder.
And if you're the Warriors, I'll tell you this. If you're the Warriors, I mean, I don't want to say, Steiny, that's a home run. If you can, those numbers you just cited, I get. And about what you mentioned early, you and I have been around the block a few times, Steiny. Relationships do change. And I think Klay Thompson, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's going to the bench, being back inserted into the starting lineup, it might not be any of that. But he's in a good place mentally, and maybe he's talked to Joe. I don't know. So maybe that sourness that was reported is gone, and he's looking at his future and wants to end it with Steph and Dre.
888-957-9570 is the number. How do you look at this weekend if you're a Warrior fan? I mean, you got beat on Friday, and they don't have Doncic or Lively, and they still beat you.
Yeah.
Like, that one hurts a little bit if you're a Warrior fan, I got to believe.
But they were down 16 early, partner. I know it's a game of runs. They didn't quit, the Warriors, that game without Luka, because I was like, oh, boy. And even it felt like
congratulations, you're not Utah. Well, you haven't quit.
Good God.
I mean.
Who covered, by the way?
So you're encouraged by Friday?
Without Steph, I'll say yes. I'm not going to sit
he played Friday.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm talking about, Kuminga was the only guy that missed Friday.
I'm telling you, I know they're playing better basketball. And as scared of the Lakers as much as I am, I know this team with TJD starting, Steiny, that maybe they could win that game. But I'm not going to sit here and come in here and say I'm blind to the fact that they're playing a better style of basketball. And that's why I'm just eager. And I know it's hard. You got to win 2 road playoff games, it looks like, to get the 7-game series. But I would love to see what this team can do and what they've learned to all of a sudden it seemed like they got good fortune on their side.
I'm not being a stickler.
Yeah. They're playing. Look at their record since January.
I know, but why would you say they have
if you look
good
at their
fortune
record,
on their side?
it just looks like things are going their way. They're playing better defense. Give me that. Are they playing better defense?
Friday that was worried about Kuminga.
Well, today's Monday. Quit worrying about the past. That's your problem.
Now they have good fortune.
I feel that way. I just feel like a nice bright cloud is over them and the sun's out. And that's because of Klay Thompson, that's because of TJD, and that's because a lot of guys are playing a better brand of basketball. We'll see what it means.
TJD was terrible Friday.
Well, that doesn't negate what he's been since he's been inserted into it. See, I'm not you. I don't just, hey, new information, but you got to look at the whole grand scheme of things. Too. Yeah. But since January, the Warriors got, I believe, the second best record in the NBA. And somebody could say, what the hell does that mean?
Exactly.
Because they're 10. Yeah.
They're 10.
But what if
do you feel like they have a better chance to win 2 road games now than a week ago?
That I do. I guess that's what I was trying to convey. And I'm being real, Steiny. That I do. They're playing better D.
Like
yesterday, I didn't even care about the game. I watched it in its entirety. It was Utah, Moses Moody. I needed you to get 12. But, other than that, Steiny.
Oh, there we go.
What happened?
There's always something like that.
What are you talking about?
I got you.
Please. I'm ready. Let's go.
888-957-9570 is the number. Right now, the Warriors are a game and a half behind the Lakers, and they're 2 games behind the Kings. They got the Lakers tomorrow.
Yep.
The one thing that Steve Kerr said was the loss to the Dallas Mavericks on Friday changed their approach. And so what I got to believe now is the Warriors are going to obviously try to win tomorrow against the Lakers. But if they can't beat the Lakers or don't beat the Lakers tomorrow, then they
Rest.
Then they have 4 games left, and who cares?
Yeah.
How many you win, how many you lose. I think that's the way the Warriors are approaching it, and I wonder if Warrior fans feel like that's the way to do it. Now, maybe you beat the Lakers and the Pelicans lose, and all of a sudden there's a chance to move up, but the bottom line is you got to beat the Lakers tomorrow for anything, I think, realistic to happen to move up the standings.
I get that. And speaking of the Pelicans, every time you look at it from a Warrior perspective, the standings, I had that as a loss. New Orleans without Ingram at Phoenix, and they win that game. And then the Friday night game where everybody in front of you lost, that just kind of, like Steve Kerr said, that changed the